right, let's go, ASLers. We're checking out the ASL Journal scenarios in this one here. What I would like you to just consider is, if you don't already have the journal, it's a crap load of scenarios. Yeah, you might be bitching that it's like $60 or $48. Not sure why anyone's paying full retail for this, where you can get it from any essentially discount game store. It still supports everybody. But whatever. Pay for it for as much as you want. But the articles that I had the most fun checking out, I haven't read all of them. I kind of scanned most of them, see which catches my interest. The fun ones are the advanced nuggets, the rules that you get wrong all the time. That one's pretty cool. It's almost like a self-quiz. Board 77, I think board 77 is going to be very problematic in some scenarios. Scenarios designers need to watch out for that board, simply because 4 wheat fields practically cover the entire board. So if you deal with a lot of armor in those scenarios, you might want to say it's like soaking wet outside or some shit like that. So when the tanks brew up, they don't like torch an entire board. I could see that problematic. Probably most of those scenarios will be, SSR wheat field out of season, some shit like that, or grain. Old schoolers say wheat field. But that's the problem I see with board 77. But I checked out the scenarios in the journal, and it looks like there's only one of them that uses vehicles, and I think there's like an artillery piece with HE only. So the chance of them actually destroying, I think they're stugs or something like that, with the 8 armors is pretty low. Brewing up, might be low. By the time you actually brew up those stugs or the AFVs in that one, it's probably going to be GG anyway. And but the other scenarios are just infantry scenarios, and I don't see tanks blowing up and burn there. But that's the biggest letdown on that particular board. Anyway, it's an okay board. Doesn't really have any terrain associated. You've got all these mixed types of terrain, where you've got crag stream, level 5 hill, and all this other bullshit. So there's no real other terrain in the grain. So kind of bland, but people will get excited about seeing the crest lines. Not the big deal to me. I think the most important takeaway from this particular article or the issue of the journal is the radio contact and the impressions of the different types of OBA systems. There are plenty of other articles or interesting articles in the system. For them to directly apply to your gaming, it might. It's kind of like more specialized applications of rules, which is okay. But the design systems, I think you want to look at the design systems. Jim Bishop goes over the alternative OBA systems. Rich Spilkey goes over the Pleva system in terms of fire missions. Both are good reads. You want to read them both to see how one is very, Rich goes directly into the Pleva system and goes over exactly percentages and advantages. If you don't like a lot of math, and then you got about 10 or 15 pages that just need to tear right out of your magazine. But anyway, decent stuff. I like the alternative OBA systems, and what I will probably do is start incorporating not the Pleva system. I think there's some other drawbacks other than just getting more OBA in a long game. I don't really play the long game, so it was really not applicable to me. But the extra red shits can be problematic in mid-game. Let's say you unlucky and you draw 2 extra red shits, and then from the mid-game on, let's say you're going to drop it on some concealed units or some unit that's hidden behind, or something out of LOS, then you have the higher frequency of drawing another red shit. But it's however you want to play it, to be honest with you. Maybe you should just consider the initial red chits for the double chit draw. I don't think that has been taken into account into any of the systems, to be honest with you. I didn't really read upon considering that detail. I think the detail that they're going into is you not getting screwed over by rolling 12s and repair 6s and all that other bullshit. But I think the extra red shits is actually more damning in any of the systems that add red shits to the draw. You might consider keeping the original series. Again, you're bastardizing the rules even more. That the extra red shits maybe not consider when you're dropping down your OBA for that second chit draw. I mean, imagine the 5 black, 2 red, and you've already drawn 1 red, and then you're trying to drop that OBA down on some concealed units or guys out of your LOS or all the other conditions that require the extra chit draw. You only have 1 more red shit to draw. You know, so if you've already gone 1 black, and now you're going to drop, and then you got, like, say 1 red on your second pull, and let's say it's a 7 or 8 turn scenario, you're probably going to get 2 more fire missions by the article's description, which is cool. You know, 2 to 3 fire missions is perfect. But if you've drawn, like, another red shit, even 1 more red shit in that 5-2 draw, in your little shitty draw, it's going to, in that aspect, it's going to double your chances of not being able to drop that particular OBA on somebody that's out of your LOS as this extra chit draw. Whereas, obviously, the plentiful ammunition, or say your Americans get the 3 red, or any nationality might have 3 red, adding another one only increases it by, well, it does still increase it by a certain amount, but not by 50%, only increases it by like 33%. It's still, in my opinion, I still think it's significant to minimize the reduction of you being able to drop that OBA based on the number of red draws you had before. Now, you could say that's the giveaway, or the giveaway takeaway off of the new system, in terms of you're always going to get black. You know, you're never going to malfunction, all the bullshit. But, you know, essentially you're changing 2 things at once instead of just simply 1 thing. You're not increasing your OBA droppage, but you're also increasing the chance that you can't drop it if you can't see them. So, things to consider. Anyway, that's the takeaway on those. Again, for me, I like the LHR 1B OBA system. Pretty much that guarantees the 1 shit before your red shit start doubling or some crap like that. Buy the magazine, read the articles in there, check it out. Again, the summaries of the OBA systems are good. I didn't know those other ones existed, so yeah, that's how much I know. But the LHR 1B OBA system, read that information, and I like that method the best, to be honest with you. But that's just me. I mean, you could like whatever you want, or never play an OBA system for the rest of your life. Doesn't really matter to me. But they have some other little small little quaintish articles in there. Nothing earth-shattering. No replays, unfortunately. No series replays. I think there would have been a great one there. Or, you know, I've got my own opinions on series replays. Of course, you know, I mean, you're watching it right now, so. But sorry to divert from the scenario, but that's what you get from the journal. That's what's in a lot of journals for those guys that don't have any journals. It contains a lot of varied amount of information. Some journals are better than others, but you know, if you're tight on money, just buy the electronic ones on a Wargame Vault. You just get a shitload. You get 10 of them. I think it's the 10 pack, and then you only need to buy technically 3 to have all the journals in the entire game. That's a steal. It's just a steal. So you're spending what, $200 maybe retail, full retail, on 13 journals, crap loads of articles, shit, 20, 30, like 200 scenarios. So you're playing a big bang for your buck on the scenarios. Pretty much comes down to about $1 per scenario. And as you've seen in a lot of tournaments, there's a lot of scenarios that are selected for tournament play from the journals. A lot of them are popular ones. Anyway, Reckless Raid. What's going on here? So let's check the the background information here. Following the Romanian coup and defection of the Allies on the 23rd of August, fighting broke out between the Germans and Romanians in and around Bucharest and Ploesti. I call it Ploesti. You call it whatever you want. As part of the German operations to secure areas around the capital and oil fields, small detachments of German special forces were to attack Romanian-held airfields and destroy the aircraft that the Germans had supplied their former Axis partner. So this is, all right, you ditched us, we're coming in, and we're just going to blow them up. You know, you ditched us, so we need to destroy those resources. So Aftermath talks about the raids. You can read that later. Aftermath, we create our own Aftermath. That's why we're playing the game. So reckless raid, victory conditions. This scenario, do not be, let's say, not apprehensive on this particular scenario. It's on, like, you literally have, like, combat commander size map. This is like combat commander for ASL. The victory conditions are very detailed in terms of exactly what it points out. The scenario special rules, very detailed on what exactly they need to put out. There's a lot behind the essence of the victory conditions and the scenario special rules. So do not read them frivolously, but definitely read them. I've seen some players been playing some games and they skipped a couple SSRs, and you lose the game before you even roll the freaking worthless win change dice roll beginning of the game. If you fail to read the SSRs, you fail to look up your equipment, I don't know. Don't know what to say. It's just something you need to do. Just like taking a morale check or losing your personal task check, personal morale check during the game. You know, you lost it before the game. If you screw up the game so badly you don't read the special rules. Yes, we all do it from time to time, but completely ignoring them is another thing. And go over them with your opponent. Your opponent must understand the way you interpret them and vice versa. You guys have to come to agreement. If it's a confusing scenario special rule, you can either put up a question or simply just decide this is how we're going to play it based upon what we kind of understand about the rule. So, definitely, again, just like before, if it has a bunch of references, which this game has, like, rules references in every paragraph or every section of wording except for the German OB setup area. And that, actually, it says, look up scenario special rule 1 or some sort of bullshit. Yeah, no, it's got its own thing. But all of them have rules references, except for the VC. Actually, the VC should have them as well, in my opinion, based upon what I'm going to say. So anyway, Reckless Raid, Tom Moran. Very smart little scenario. Love the aircraft fields. I love the SSRs used to apply to them. I think it makes them a little bit more playable instead of damaging. So you'll understand what I'm talking about in just a few moments. The Germans win at game end by amassing 9 victory points. Pretty simple. Pretty simple shit. Each Romanian glider eliminated is worth 2 points. Each Romanian glider damage is worth 1 point. All right, so you look up victory points in your scenario rulebook or your electronic rulebook or your paper rulebook or your pocket rulebook or whatever, and you will read through the victory point sections, which you should, because my first read through of this, I looked at it, and you say, okay, it talks about 2 VP, and then it goes, casualty victory points earned by the Romanians are subtracted from the German VP total. So I was thinking, 2 VP, it's usually the terminology VP on the top, and then it switches to CVP on the bottom. I said, what's up with that, Stu? So we got 2 VP up top, right? And then it switches to casualty VP right here. What's the difference? Well, when you're reading through the VP section, and it's actually kind of subtle, Gliders aren't worth shit. So Tom says, for the Germans, the gliders are worth 2 points and 1 point of damage. I mean, that's the whole point of the scenario, right, guys? Well, we read the preamble, and the Germans are coming here to destroy the aircraft that they pretty much sold the Romanians or lend-lease to some Romanians or whatever. So now they're coming to destroy them, and they need 9 victory points. That's how the game is considered a win. Well, when the rules do not dictate they're worth anything, they have to be dictated. Now the kicker comes in right here. CVP earned by the Romanians are subtracted from the German total. So let's say that the Romanians score 3 victory points, 3 casualty victory points. All right? Doesn't say prisoners are not double. You know, doesn't say anything like that. But let's look at the German OB. So now we have to determine how many victory points the Germans can potentially lose, right? If I'm the German, I have to see how many potential victory points I can lose in this game. Here's the German OB. I'm not sure why that's a dot there. All right. 2 squads, 2 points apiece. One point for the half squads, 3 points for the big boy here, 2 points for this guy, 0 for the support weapons. Gliders. Gliders. What did the VC say? Romanian gliders are worth 2 points. Damage, they're worth 1 point. Gliders in the casualty victory point totals aren't worth anything. So what that means is the Romanians can't blow up or destroy the German gliders for free and say, ha, 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 you just lost 4 points or 2 points or 1 point, depending on general victory points for a vehicle. The gliders are essentially worth nothing in this scenario from the Germans. Now, the Romanian gliders are worth everything, right? That's the point. German gliders, not an impact in terms of casualty victory points. Of course, these guys can be captured. You capture the 9-2, the game is over. I mean, it's just really, the game's over. So let's look up at the setup for the Romanians. It's over here. I'm going to spin it around, not give you guys vertigo. All right, elements of these guys right here in Romania: security forces, 2nd Anti-Aircraft Brigade. So we've got a lot of setup restrictions. This is really impacted with setup restrictions for the Romanians. There's a lot of stuff going on right here. So take it by, there's a colon here. So consider a line drawn there, and there is a period here. Consider a line drawn there. All right. So break it down like that. Otherwise, you might get confused and mixed up. Set up adjacent to, but not in, greater than or equal to 1 runaway hex. Not sure just 1, but because you got so many units. So you need to set up next to a runway hex. And that includes all the guys. So the entire OB sets up next to the runway hex. All multi-man counters, this is a restriction based upon the runway hexes. So if I need to set up by here, there's a restriction. With all multi-man counters, just these dudes, greater than or equal to 2 hexes from all other multi-mans. So these guys have to set up from one another. No adjacency here. Doesn't say anything about the guns. Well, the guns are, technically you could set up without the guns. I guess that could be a possibility. That would be actually really interesting. But yeah, that'd actually be really interesting. So, and then guns must set up on board in AA mode. Doesn't say they have to be possessed. They must set up in AA mode. Rule reference 3.7.5. And may not set up in building glider hexes, so you can't stack with a glider. In all honesty, you don't want to put it in a glider. The gliders are only hindrances, there are no TEMs, and you're putting all your eggs in one basket. That would not be a good idea. And then right here, gliders must set up less than or equal to 1 per hex in open ground hexes. So you can't put them in buildings. So let's take a look at the map and see how that applies. Let me erase all this crap. And we're just going to use the map here, obviously, because it's the scenario card. So No buildings, no buildings. They can't be set up into the buildings, so that's fine. And otherwise, it's they can't set up here because it's not next to the runway. Runway, so just set up over here, down through here, or on the back. So pretty much the gliders, or in this case, the fighters, are essentially ringing around the airfield. So let's go to the scenario special rules on the top. The remaining other units coming off of Romania, pretty much they come on this side, and then the bottom guys come on one side, the north or the west edge. North edge is the top or the west edge. They come on here or here. These guys can come on both. So whatever direction you choose to come on is your prerogative at that point. So SSR number 1, you see a moderate no wind at start, typical. Building H9 is a factory, and we're going to go back to the setup over here for the Romanians in a second. H9 is a factory, this one here. It's considered a factory for all intents and purposes. Movement and fire in those general directions are decreased, and terrain effect modifier will also be decreased. Check up your factory rules. It has it as B23.74. Pause the video now. Go read those factory rules. Come back. All right, welcome back. Each factory hex side shared with a runway hex contains a vehicle size entrance. What does that mean? It means that you need to go read that rule, because it doesn't say anything else other than that. From my interpretation of the rule, from what I remember, so this is adjacent to a runway, adjacent to a runway, adjacent to a runway, adjacent to the runway. So you have entry hexes here. For all intents and purposes, my interpretation is that you have one movement factor to enter the building from those directions. So anybody on these hexes here enter the building at a cost of one movement factor. There might be some other small stuff, but that's pretty much what I got from it. And contrary to B7.4, runway hexes have 0 TEM. So I'm not sure why it says contrary to B7.3. It should just say runway hexes are considered to be 0 TEM instead of -1. And then kindling is not applicable. So, but that's fine. It just says contrary. It's the exact same thing. It's a different way of writing it. Actually, I kind of like it a little bit better, which means it's not 7.3. Don't confuse it with 7.3. This is the new TEM, just like it's changing the CVPs and the VPs for the enemy, for the Romanian gliders versus the German gliders. Romanian gliders represent unarmed transport aircraft and are treated as landed gliders. Exception, Romanian gliders can become burning wrecks. Romanian, not German, Romanian. And it doesn't say that the Germans are considered unarmed transport aircraft. What the hell are they considered? Just hindrances? That's interesting. Because they're considered landed, you should be able to destroy them. Not sure. Okay. Just says Romanian gliders can become burning wrecks. German gliders can't become burning wrecks. But it doesn't say anything about German gliders represent unarmed transport aircraft. Interesting. E8.3 applies in all phases. Pretty much what that says is the defender shoots at gliders and can destroy them. The defender, but in this case, since the Germans are the attacker, they have a chance essentially attacking. Normally in a glider scenario where gliders are involved, you land your gliders. You're not going to be attacking your own gliders. Generally, the defender is just shooting your gliders. So it kind of takes that rule section and says it applies essentially the damage and the destruction of the gliders, which are considered like unarmed trucks, are pretty much in every phase: advanced fire phase, prep fire phase, defensive fire phase, etc. And even close combat phase probably. So, but E.3, 8.3, check that out. Now here's another, again, very subtle differences between these. And but I'm not sure why it just says Romanian gliders represent unarmed transport aircraft and are treated as landing gliders. Um, I'm not sure what the German gliders would be considered. I'll have to check that out. Number 3, German multi-man counters have underscored morale factor, which means, well, these are just the 548s. ELR 5, which means if he fails ELRs, a full squad splits into 2 half squads. They don't step reduce, or not step reduce, but they don't quality reduce. They just disrupt. I believe. We can check that out. And self-rally capability, very important in the scenario. The Germans have 6 units. 4 of them are house squads. So they're going to be breaking. They'll be allowed to self-rally. Germans may not make Panzerfaust check die rolls. Very important because you just stand up next to a building. There's lots of buildings, lots of walls, and you just pepper them with Panzerfausts all day. And you'd probably only have like 1 or 2 anyway, so I'm not sure what that's a big deal. But they don't have Panzerfaust. They're not here to shoot things with Panzerfaust. They're here to drop demo charges on them. Number 4, very important. Very, very important. You have to understand number 4 very well to understand what you can do as the Germans. Broken German units may rout as if night and may treat non-adjacent Romanian units as being out of a line of sight for purposes of determining route direction. There's a lot of shit going on here. First of all, it sends you to 2 sections that can be difficult for people to understand. Night, everyone just cowers, from night, run away from that. But check Rob's ASL. Damn it, I forgot. Spotting round, ASL spotting round. I'm not sure if he's changed it since now. He just did a night scenario, two replays in a row. 2 players that haven't done night before. Go check out his stuff. I'm not sure which scenario they played, but he goes through the night rules with his opponent, Dave, and they play 2 games, and they're having fun at night rules. The first game, they just essentially just pick up on the night rules. Second game, they play a lot smoother, change their strategy and tactics, and it just goes to show you that, even going blind in a night scenario, you fumble through the rules. You're going to make some mistakes, but you pick it up pretty quickly. So very exciting content right there. So go check that out if you have no clue how to play night. That is a informative night replay. Again, they're going to be making mistakes in that, but doesn't matter, so will you. And that's essentially, you get to see the mistakes they make so you don't make those. So your games will be even smoother. So thanks for those. Thanks for that replay, guys. And here we go. So that they may route as if night. So what that essentially entails is you can low crawl 1 hex, and it just says may route. So you go low crawl 1 hex in different directions, and we could check that up in just a second. But the next one here is. This is the biggest part because the Romanians come essentially on every single side in the scenario, so you're going to be surrounded. So if you get broken, you're just going to be FTR for the most part, or subject to surrender. They treat the Romanian units non-adjacent, lowercase adjacent, which we're going to cover back in the setup over here, as being out of line of sight. So if you got one guy, if you got a German unit here, an L5, an enemy unit over here, and J6, you can't see him, so you can route this you could route this direction. Right? Or if he's over here, you could route that direction. Can you low crawl there? I don't know. Let's go check out E1.54. All right, whipping out your E1.54 section in your E rulebook or paper rulebook. Broken units don't route normally. Instead, they always use low crawl. Remember, it says may route as if night. That they don't have to, but they may. Unit is capture centers tonight only by CC or mopping up. And again, so it's not going to be like a failure to route thing there. DM unit retains DM if it makes a self-rally or rally self-rally dice roll less than or equal to its current printed morale. A broken unit may always low crawl during the route phase, including out of enemy occupied locations. and does not have to low crawl towards any particular terrain type, but may still not route towards a known enemy unit. And that's where it comes into play of LOS determining route direction. So the question I would have is, if I'm going to use, when I route as the Germans, do I use 100% of 1.54 when I choose to route that particular unit? So I would low crawl. Oh, it says may route. So technically, when you rally, you're not routing. So only your routing aspect of 154 applies. Yeah, so that means you're probably not eliminated for FTR if you end adjacent to an enemy unit, as long as you don't route in that general direction, and you can low crawl, etc. But if you route normally, say you start to route more than one hex, let's say you get broken here, and let's say you want to choose this destination, and if you start routing this direction like there, and then you get caught for interdiction out of line of sight, you can't say, oh, this part I'm going to route using the night rules, but the other parts I'm not going to use the night rules. That's probably a bunch of bullshit, and you probably have to route. You say, I'm going to either choose routing as if I'm at night, or I'm going to route normally. There's no mixing and matching, no 50-50, half of one, half of the other. Choose one or the other. Now, different units in the same route phase, in my opinion, can still use their respective route options. It's just that your Germans may route as if at night, which means low crawling one hex, no failure to route at the in that phase, and then at that point you're subject to whatever. So it allows you to route pretty much wherever any direction you want, as long as you're not adjacent to an enemy unit going towards them. So essentially it gives them pretty decent route options in staying alive. Plus, they have the self-rally capability. Huge. Essentially, you need a 4 by yourself. So take that into account. Very important. Again, these are very, very, in my opinion, deep scenario special rules. No changes like grains out of season. Also the bullshit. Very important rule changes. So I definitely go read all these sections. There's lots of rules references, and you need to go check them out. And 10.5.1, that's the big chunk of routing. E154, routing at night. Number 4 is a big section. Remember, your DM, you don't have to roll under your DM to lose your DM status, because that's not part of the routing at night. It says the German units may route at night, but they're not subject to the other restrictions of the DM retaining in the rally phase, because that's not in the route phase. So in my opinion, anything that applies in the route phase, you can do at night, which would be no FTR. If you're low crawling one hex away and you happen to land in somebody's line of sight or adjacent to an enemy unit, you wouldn't be FTR at that point. So because you're low crawling, right? That's the whole point. But all the rest of it won't apply. So very tight information over here. Let's go to adjacent, right? There's an adjacency up here. Non-adjacent Romanian units. I think that clued me in over here. The setup over here on this side here. Set up adjacent to, but not in one greater than or equal to 1 runaway hex. Let's look at the board. So the Romanians need to set up adjacent to, but not in the runaway hex. Can they set up on level 2 of L5? Right? Can they set up at level 2 of L5? Are they adjacent to the runway hex? Are they adjacent to those runway hexes? You say, no, dude, they can't get there. They can't advance from L5 to K6. Doesn't matter. It's lowercase adjacent. If that were capital adjacent, they could not set up on level 1 or level 2. So in this case, it might be a clue as to how maybe the Romanians might need to set up, or at least one unit. So maybe it might be good to set up somebody on the 2nd level. or it simply just uses the adjacency in lowercase, so it doesn't say they may set up on level 2, which is just going to use more words. You know, so just lowercase the adjacent, which means they could set up on the level 2. There is no level 2 here or level 1 in the factory, from my understanding of factory rules, which is very limited. So go out and read them. Pretty much it's only one level. They might have rooftops, but I think rooftops have to be an SSR. Don't quote me on that. I'm not going to play my scenario as if there are rooftops there, but I may check the rules right now, and actually, let me go check the factory rules to see if the rooftops apply. B23.8, rooftops only appear by scenario special rule. So I'm not going to play that there are rooftops in H9, but there are vehicle things. So let's go to the board. I'll describe my Romanian setup and possibly my German setup as well. Or I'll do the Germans. I'll do the Germans when the game starts, so we won't have to bog it down anymore. So let's go check out the Romanian setup. All right, moving to the map. Remember, obviously, we're using TTS. Checking out the gliders we have here. Spread everybody out. And it may look stupid and funky, but this is the strategy that I'm using as the Romanians. The point is, the Germans will have a couple of units, lots of demo charges, and they get the first shot. The one thing they will have is 2 5.48s, 2 LMGs, and 2 minus leaders, -1 and -2. So right off the top of my head, it's like, okay, reading the landed glider rules, essentially they're pretty much trucks, and you attack them on the star line with no glider defense bonus as if they're flying. So just looking at this glider here, if you flip it, in this little star right here, it has a numerical value. Typically they are 1, which means that glider takes a +1 dice roll modifier against it. Since they are landed gliders, there is no star there, so therefore they do not get any defensive roll on the ground. So they're essentially trucks. So you destroy them just as trucks. What the Germans are probably going to do, I want to minimize the effect of multiple... Matter of fact, I may have to switch this. Yeah, I think we'll switch this. So what we're looking for here is, why the hell are you doing that, Stu? So I don't want to give the Germans a spray fire opportunity where he can shred 2 gliders at one time. I want him to take fire, 1 shot per glider. I don't want multiple shots per glider. Therefore, he has to use his demo charges also to blow up the gliders instead of all my troops. So I'm spreading my gliders out in this one, facing that situation. Actually, this gun is going to go... these might break the golden rule, but no, I'll leave the gun there, I think. But this is worth 4 points, so I'll have to may have to rethink this one over here. But the concept here is no spray fire. These are 2 points apiece. This squad's 2 points. He's 1 point. He's going to be hard to get to, even though he can be encircled, where the Germans could actually set up on that location. They could be encircled there, and the Germans have to set up, and we'll go follow German setup in just a second. So I want the AA gun here, AA gun here, AA gun here, simply to spread them out. So once the Germans start attacking, he can kill 2 of them, but he can't get all of them. So again, that's probably, I might want to reset this one over here. Maybe up like that. To be able to shoot this general direction, shoot down here, and maybe even just angle it that way so we could defend these particular instances of attacks. These guys can protect these land gliders, and he can protect these, theoretically protect them, but most likely they'll be attacked and destroyed, because if these are in the game, if these are in gameplay most of the turn, most of the turns of the game, then they're going to maximize their firepower on the Germans. So I think the enemy units coming on are much weaker than an emplaced AA gun. So AA mode, what does that mean for the Romanians? That means the guns are pointing up. They're not pointing on the ground. So the gliders have landed past their shooting defenses on them. They haven't changed their fire. They haven't left AA mode. I don't have the AA counters right now. I'm just going to use these because on turn 1, those are going to be gone anyway. So I'm not going to bother with those AA counters. You can check them out. Read the rules on AA fire. For all intents and purposes, what it does is when changing from AA mode to ground mode or vice versa, you lose rate of fire, and yeah, you lose rate of fire. So in this instance, since they're all in AA mode, if they were to fire upon a German unit, they would drop down to regular ground mode, lose a rate of fire, and if they are using infantry firepower equivalent, they also lose a rate of fire. So for all intents and purposes, all my AA guns will have a rate of fire of 1 for their first shot on the ground. You could fire infantry target type with the gun itself. And of course, read the Chapter H notes on these guns. I did that ahead of time. Doesn't really impact anything more than you see on the counter, to be honest. But you feel free to read the Chapter H notes on these guns. So you could fire direct fire, infantry target type, rather, my bad, or technically area fire, but I mean, area fire with a 20mm cannon is just not going to resolve anything, and you're going to expend all your rate of fire anyway, so that'd be stupid to do. But you can choose to do IFE, which will have rate of fire, or HE with infantry target type. The choice is up to you. If you think getting that extra rate of fire to fire again is important to you, do it. If not, fire HE, infantry firepower equivalent directly, because the turn after that you're coming anyway. So, in my opinion, if the Germans are going to be jumping you in close combat, they're most likely going to start the game in close combat with the AA guns. Because if I have some Germans here, right, and I shoot over here and I gack my roll, this guy's going to blast me. This unit's going to blast me. So why waste fire shooting at that unit when I could simply use a half squad and start in melee with him? And that's the German OB set. That's the German setup. But did I cover the German setup? I don't think I did. My bad. So let's cover the German setup, because you need to understand the German setup in order to set your units up appropriately. My apologies. All right, German setup. Place gliders. These guys, 1 per runway hex. So, you know, 1 per runway hex. That's an odd way of saying it. But anyway, then place 2 squad equivalents, any combination you want. 1 single man counter and 3 support weapons in ground level locations. Why would that need to say ground level locations? So you don't start at the second level of the tower. That's why. That are in adjacent to each glider. And in this case, it should be capital adjacent, because all these locations here are going to be adjacent to a glider. If you put them on here and you put them on the ground level, everything adjacent to a glider is capital adjacent to the glider. So doesn't really need to be lowercase, but it doesn't really matter, to be honest with you. If the location contains armed units of both sides, those units start the game already in melee. So you don't get to do shit until the close combat phase. Snipers 2. Sniper's not going to be a problem in this game whatsoever. It's a 2 and 3 respectively. Not going to come into play. It's as simple as that. So take all your shots you want, guys. 2, 3, take all the shots you want. 2 plus 3, take them all day. This is a casualty victory point game. If you could break Germans and eliminate them or capture them, and you take a sniper, so be it. You're going to have more guys than him. And the same thing with the Germans. He has a sniper 3. Shoot. Just keep shooting. So that's all I have to say. If you roll a 3 and you lose, your squad breaks, or most likely to be the half squads that are going to be broken, because they're probably going to be more varied locations. just keep shooting. You know, don't worry about the sniper. If you worry about the sniper most of the time, then you're not worried about the objective of the game. You know, you've got to roll that snake eyes or 3. And if you're rolling a snake eyes or a 3, somebody's dead anyway, to be honest with you. So you're just exchanging units. And remember, the Germans have to win the guys. So if you capture some German units and you run off the board, you know, that's a freebie. So casualty victory points earned by the Romanians are subtracted from the German total. Either subtracted from the total or technically added to the total they need to continue winning. But, you know, it is this. So they got to set up adjacent to gliders. So back to the map over here. The Germans will be setting up their gliders. Let's say he sets it up here. He can set up like in an FFE area around it, and including the glider as well. And remember, all gliders are one hindrance. Just like vehicles, like there's a vehicle in there, so there's a 1+1 hindrance. So if I set up a unit right here, let's say the 9-2 guys go here. If this AA gun fires on these units over here, he'll go through the grain and he'll go through the glider. Essentially, it's a +2 building with regards to AA fire. So the Germans are pretty much defended in almost any direction except for point blank fire and the guy on the level 2. So how you deal with him, I'll let you discover different ways of dealing with that unit, whether you use demo charges, -2 leaders, or ignoring him. The choice is yours, especially with your fancy special scenario route rules. And again, minimize the damage that these guys can do on turn 1 by blowing up, maximizing the gliders. You could get close and land both gliders like this and kind of have overlapping units. That could be a possibility. We'll see how the Germans approach this as I set it up. Of course, I switched a couple guys. This is just my first inclination. This is my first, quote, playtest through. And we're just going to go with that. I think putting all the gliders, again, this is a heavy victory point area right here. It's 2, 4, 6, 8 points in this little area. That's going to be a target-rich environment for the Germans. Demo charges destroy these things on a 11 and damage them on a 12. So if you place a demo charge, it will be destroyed on everything but a 12. Okay? So 2 points for each demo charge. Something to think about. Okay? And that's it. Again, the AA guns, just to kind of shoot at areas where the enemy might be attacking gliders. And just go from that. Again, here's 6 points, 2, 4, 6. Instead of targeting in this way, where there's only 2, 3, 5. That. Say, Stu, why do you have the 7-0 over here all by himself? Well, 7-0 is over here because these guys only have 1 leader, and they have conscripts. So if I bring the conscripts on this side, they'll need a leader. So I'm going to send that guy over there. And the rest of these guys are SOL because the 9-1 will be coming from down from this direction. So that's the idea behind the leaders. There's only 1 leader per group. And that's the concept behind that. I don't want to put the important leaders in the buildings because the Germans might decide to blow everything up around the buildings and then have the buildings for the defenses against the incoming enemy units. That might be a possibility. Or if the Germans get all their points, they could just retreat off into the woods. So consider that. Again, with demo charges, you roll a 6 and I think it's less than or equal to half or less than half. I'll have to check the rule. But if they roll 5 or less, definitely a 5 or less, they will be burning. So the Romanian gliders or planes can burn, which means the Germans will have cover from the enemy units. And it makes it more difficult to get over there. And then if the wind pops up, you know, you never know. But many different ways to approach this scenario as the Germans. I'm simply going to choose one of them and go with it. And hopefully it will maximize my point values. All right, guys. Let me head off and let's get into the game. I got some snipers to place after I set up a Germans. All right, so let's get this beast underway. I'm going to explain my German setup and how I came upon it. I kind of did it haphazard and not haphazard at the same time. I was thinking about my 9-2 and 5.48 and the machine gun being adjacent to a couple targets over here, but I swapped these two, glider or the AA gun with the glider or something like that. I switched some of these guys over here, as you probably noted from the other locations, and that for all intents and purposes, there's a lot of victory points within 4 hexes of the level 2 in L5. So I simply move up and annihilate this guy, earning another 2 victory points along the way. And I simply shoot everything for the rest of the game for at 1, 2, 3, 4 at an 8-2. I mean, it's as simple as that. I'll take whatever shots the axis comes for me, and I'll just accrue all my points that way. If they want to come at me, let them come. I can actually probably die in there, but if we get everything in this area here, it's like about 30 points. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, it's about 30 points, assuming nothing is captured. So, matter of fact, with that, I may consider moving these guys down here and annihilating everybody down there. That wouldn't be such a bad idea. That wouldn't be such a bad idea. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. I don't know. No, we'll just keep it as this. But I need to distribute these guys over here, the 9-1. And that guy, I think we can go 1, 2. I think we just jump him into close combat. I do like the point blank fire though. That's the kicker. So 347 is actually pretty good because he's point blank, and that'll be 6 firepower either way. So I think here, if they're locked in close combat, then those guys might be doomed. I think we'll go here, and the 9-2 can actually shoot that guy. And then we'll go here. Now we'll stay up here. Interesting, yeah. Kill that guy in close combat. I really want to destroy more gliders on turn 1. Really want to destroy more gliders on turn 1 instead of just sitting here. That means I will need to place. We'll need to place a demo charge. That's going to be an 8. 8, that's no TEM for that. So it's 0. It's a full hindrance in there. Is it considered open ground? That's the question. If you're in the glider hex, there's no TEM there, but he's a hindrance firing through the hex. I don't think it's considered a 0 open ground hex. You know what? I'm going to put both these guys right here. I think that might do it. I could throw a demo charge here. That'll be gone. This might be gone. I can spray fire this way. I don't need to engage him in close combat. I could stand here and spray fire on this guy and then engage this in close combat. I could spray fire in this direction. I think that'll work. Yeah, we'll do that. So let's head on out to rally phase, German turn 1. as we're going to go here. Oh, let me get my dice ready. All right, got my dice tower going. Got my Romanian dice going, and I got my German dice going, my precision dice. And these are my acquisitions from the... Oh, it kind of nicked up a little bit. But these are my acquisitions from Chris and the Battle School. So I get to use my Romanian dice that I used previously, and then my German dice, of course. Little black German dice. I don't have the specialty German SS ones or nothing like that. I just have the basic German one. Looks pretty great. 85 to 2015, the ASL history dice. My shots aren't going to be good enough to worry about perfection and balance. Nothing's perfect. My dice tower, I have magnets in my dice tower to adjust all my dice rolls to make sure that that any 9-2 shots are going to be snake eyes. So we're going to go for that. All right, wind change dice roll. We'll just use the German's dice. 5, nothing there. And no other rally actions. We're going to go to prep fire. Oop, don't want to do that. This guy's in melee. So he's in melee. And he's in melee. So prep fire actions, we are... Oh, maybe I don't want to do that. So what we'll do is we're going to fire... Let's see. We're going to fire the 9-1, the LMG, and the 5.48 spray fire on these 2 hexes. We'll choose this vertex here so it sprays these 2 hexes. So we've got 8 firepower. Spray fire is going to be half, but it'll be double right here. So this will be an 8 + 1, and this will be a 4 - 1. So let me get my charts, my Neil charts out. These are the best ones. I'll get the brick gun in mine. So there you go. We rolled a 7. Nice average 7. So it makes an 8 here. So that'll be a morale check for the 7. And that 7, does it do anything to the vehicle? No. It's 4 firepower. I need a 5 to damage it. So I need a morale check for the 20mm crew. And he rolls an 11. Ouch. Ouch. Crews are not subject to ELR failure. But he does break. So that helps a little bit in terms of... and that's still also AA fire. Okay, so he's prep fired. I need to get rid of these stupid names. I really hate it. I know what the counters are. There you go. There might be some other ones I need. Okay, so he's prep fired. He's DM'd. They're in melee. Do I want to place or fire? I got 8 morale. I'm going to have to take a shot from him. I think I'm going to place. Maybe I'll place on him. Or better still, the 9-2 would do exactly as this 9-1 do. He will spray fire these 2 hexes. And that will be a 8 - 2 here and a 4 - 2 on this gentleman. So we're going to mark him prep. Oop, not pinned, prepped. We'll need some more preps, perhaps. There you go. And that is a 6. So -2 is a 4. 4 on the 4 chart is a 1 morale check. He rolls a 4, so he's fine. And a 6 on the 8. Actually, it would be a 4 on the 8. Yeah, and the 4 on the... Yeah, 4 on the 4, he made it. So that will destroy it. But it will not burn it. So this vehicle will be destroyed. And I do have a destruction over here. My own custom made counter. So we're just going to put this like on the side. So that's destroyed. That'll be a wreck. Damaged. I'll just put like a pin counter for the damage or whatever the case may be. Or I'll put a wound for the damage. These will be destroyed ones. Alright, so that gets destroyed. Oops, there's 2 prep fires over there. Alright, that's a melee. That's nothing there. And, yeah. we'll just go to movement phase. So we're just going to place the demo over here, or yeah, place the demo there. Salt move, place a demo there, and then I think we're going to. I don't think we need to bother to move up a hex. Oh, and he's encircled, by the way, from ground level encirclement. So yeah, he doesn't need to move up a hex, I don't think. There's no point. Actually, he could, because he could look over terrain. So he will move up to level 1. We're going to clone. We're going to clone this. And we'll just make it a little smaller. Oop, maybe not that small. Little too small. There we go. All right, and he'll salt move up there. He is encircled. 2, 3, 4. I think I'm going to hold my fire over here anyway. That's going to be too much. It'll be like a 6 + 3. I'm not going to bother with that. So he moved there. He's prepped. This guy's DM'd. We could assault move here and drop a demo. That's what we're going to do. We're going to assault move here for... no, we don't want to do that because this guy is in line of sight. We're just going to take that full shot. Oh, we'll need to move anyway. Well, that stinks. Yeah, so we'll that would be a 3, 4 even. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll assault move here. The encircled unit. Oh, that's not the terrain. He has +1 fire coming outside of here. 3, 4. He's not going to fire yet. And then he'll place the demo charge there, and then he'll fire on the demo charge placement. Just to kind of force the demo charge placement to come out, just in case he was going to blow these guys up. So that's going to be a 4. Non-assault movement. But the open ground movement applies. So that'll be a 4 even on the 2, 3, 8. These are big dice compared to my 12 millimeters. And I roll a 9. No rate of fire. No effect. No malfunction, most importantly. All right, so he gets it there. So he needs the first fire marker. This guy, what is this guy going to do? All the Germans are done moving. I think he's going to fire that direction as well. That'll be a 2. He moved in the open ground, but that's negated from here. So he did assault move, so that's a 2 even, I guess. No, it should be a 2 + 1. Yeah. It's not open ground compared to this guy. That'd be a 2 + 1. That sucks, actually. Yep. That kind of sucks. And he rolls a 7, no effect. So he first fired. All right. Other units firing. Oof. The AA gun. That is a lot of modifiers. 2, 3. We're going to drop out of AA mode here. We are going to take that shot. So that's going to be an 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7 hex range. It will hit 2. It will hit 2 grain and 1 glider. So that'd be an 8 + 3, and with a reduced rate of fire. 8 + 3. He rolls a 6, no rate. 7, 8, 9 on the 8 is a pin task check. So he still needs to remain on pin to place that DC. And he rolls a 4, so he's fine. All right, our snipers are 2 and 3, so we need to remember that. And I didn't roll rate of fire, so we're good on that one. We could fire again, intensive fire, but I'm not going to. The breakdown will be 9. There's no point. The Germans are going to get some gliders, and you're not going to stop all of them. So that's about all there is to it. These 137s on the other side over here, The other AA gun can't fire. The 137s are not going to bother firing on the 238. There's just no point. It's 1 plus 3. I mean, there's no effect on that. There's just simply no effect. So with that, we go to the advanced fire phase. The German 238 here, he will fire. He'll try the long shot. He'll try the glider across the way. That's going to be a 1 firepower plus 0. Remember, it's the star column. I need a 3 for damage, 2 for kill. And I roll a 6, no effect. So he's essentially fired. He's going to fire too as well. So he will fire point. He'll fight the first, this guy over here. Advanced fire, there'll be a 1. 1 plus 1. So that's worthless. I will take the shot. 1 plus 1. 9, no effect. And then the demo charges go off. Essentially, as long as they're not a 12, they will destroy the vehicles, because they're unarmored vehicles. They just get attacked by the infantry, essentially the infantry fire table in there. DC 12 for unarmored star vehicle line. A 9 will simply destroy it. It won't brew it up. So we got another glider. Some of these we might want to blow up and firewise. The same thing over here. We need a 5. And there's a 6, so this one will just get blown up as well. Oops, not that many. We'll just put another one over here. It doesn't really matter. All right, so we'll keep tally there. 1, 2, 4, 6. That's about it. This guy's broken. Advanced fire. Okay, route phase. Let's get rid of these counters here. We'll put them on the left-hand side, or just put them over here. He didn't prep fire. He advanced fire. So, and let's go route phase. So he'll route here and be done with that. He can continue to yeah, he has to go here. Yeah, he can continue to route actually. Should we? That's 2 less points they have to get. 2, 1, 2, 3. He can't go there. He can ignore this location based on his relative proximity to these units. Yeah, we're going to continue to move. We're going to go 2, 3. Line of sight here will be blocked. No interdiction over here because the interdiction will cross through here and this guy will be out of range. 4, 5. We'll just continue down through there. And he's DM'd there. Our advance phase. So, spraying fire that direction will be fine. I think we're going to advance this general direction over here. Close combat that, but then when we have to move over, we're going to advance over here. I think getting the building here and then just shooting from these proximity on that side might be useful. Actually, there's only a 1 hindrance right here. If we destroy that, that will be a +2. That will turn into a TEM. And then we could still shoot at units from there. We're going to stay there. This guy will advance. He's going to advance here. That'll be a +1 TEM now. I'm not sure that I want to go up there, to be honest. This is guy's a melee. Because I don't think we just want to lose that point. He'll probably advance down as well. That'll be 2 points. Yeah, I think we'll just advance back down. I think it was kind of a wasted move. Probably being too cautious as the Germans here. to be honest. The 9-2 can advance out now. Does he need to? Does he want to? Probably not. You got a stone building there. Advancing up is probably what he wants to do. Fire upon that guy above me is going to be an 8+4. Not really worried about that. The 238 will then, I believe, probably head out. We're going to head out and damn. That's a +1 there. That's no modifiers there. That's an 8 chart. That could be disastrous if I break here, which means I have to route this direction. But if he fires on there, all he has to do is move here. But technically, I think that he could just consider he's routing via night and not have to go anywhere, based upon the special rules. So I think that's the kind of way it goes. I think I will move here. Try and take that shot and make the 37mm decide which target he wants to fire at. So so there's that. All right, melees. No ambushes here, and so we just have a 2-1 here. We'll just start. Actually, we'll start with a 9-1 and we'll work our way around. That's going to be a 6. 6 close combat, or 4. Actually, not a 6 close combat, but a 5, 6 close combat value. With a -1 dice roll modifier for the leader, and then you've got a. Technically, it's an immobile it's not a mobile AFV. It is a unarmored vehicle, which is a -3. No vehicle with no manned usable MGs, another -1. So yeah, it's not looking good for that. 6, 7 for the leadership, and then 4 for immobile, no machine gun. So we have an 11 for destruction. And we roll an 8, which will destroy this glider. Oops. Yep, wrong one. We'll put this over here. And now we have +1 terrain. All right, 238 here. That's a 2-1 for the German. He rolls an 8, misses. The Romanian is a 1-2. He needs a 3 for 4 for CR. Oh shit! Die roll pops out. Being 3,000 pounds. Let's go. An 8, double 8s, no effect there. That will remain a melee. And we have a melee over here. That actually, this is a 1-1 over here, right? Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. Let's go, Germans. 1-1, 5. Can you do it? Can you do it? A 4 will eliminate him. Let's see if we can get that victory point back. A 10, that will not do any good. And we rolled a 1 on the color die for the Germans. Let me see if it's I think it's support weapon destruction versus. I'm not sure the gun destruction applies. So let me double check on that. I know the support weapon destruction I have to roll. Let me just roll 1 die. If I roll 6, I'm not gonna worry about it. I roll a 3. So let me double check that. Yeah, it's 973 Chapter A, I believe. You roll for each support weapon gun possessed by the unit, and so the gun applies. So the gun is gone as well. Unfortunately, wow, that was kind of that's kind of interesting. You roll a 1, you get lucky, and then I roll a 3 beyond that. Be a subsequent die roll 3, which is less than what I need to. I think it's less than or equal to, but it's definitely less than what I needed to kill him. So the melee is gone as well. This guy probably performed the best out of all the other guys. So both these guys are now, yeah, they could be shot up to hell because this guy's on the ground over here. So concealment gains, there probably won't be any concealment gains by anybody this entire game. But the Romanians do come on. So let's set up some units. Turn 1 will be the conscripts along the east and or south edges. So that's at the top or the side. If I go south, that means I could bring them on here. And I could bring them on over here. And the other guys are coming on turn 3. Problem is, I don't think I could really make a push in this direction without getting shredded. So a 9-1, use too much firepower here that could spray fire 2 hexes. That'll be a 4 even chart. So that's a no-go for the 336s through the wheat field. That's not going to happen. The 7-0 is most likely going to be eliminated. So again, no rally terrain over here as well. I think we're going to make our push over in this direction. Maybe get a lucky dice roll on the 9-2. We can come behind with impunity, to be honest with you. So I think coming this way is our best chance. Every single one of those hexes is in line of sight to the 9-2, except for this one right here, N3. So we're probably going to set up off over there. 1, 2, 3. We can start shredding some of these guys. So that's what we're going to do. The 336s, those guys, I don't want those guys to disrupt. I don't really like leaving this guy out in the cold, but I think it's just one of those wintry days. He's just going to be eating it. So we're just going to set up here, theoretically off board on that 1 hex there. We'll just put a 337 here. I don't really see any purpose moving over here. I just don't see any. And then the 8-0 leader will just be stacked randomly over there. That's the best cover. It is the closest proximity, which means if they do break, the 238s and the 9-2 can make a play on them. But that's what we're going with. All right, wind change dice roll. Again, another worthless roll. Actually, not actually, because there might be some burning gliders. Nothing yet. So we got an 8, no effect there. Rally, we have a self rally in the bottom left corner. We need a 4 for that unit. 4 for that crew. That's in H9. And we rolled a 7. I saw the 1. I didn't see the other one. All right, so he's good to go. We do have 1 melee in, so those guys are stuck for 1 turn. All right, Romanians, what are you going to do? Well, I say we open up with the 37mm, and I think we open up on the demo charge guy. Although it's +1, this guy's kind of done his damage. The demo charge will get another free 2 points. We want to alleviate that, and it's possible we might be able to make a move on him with the 137. So let's fire 8 firepower with a prep fire shot. That's a terrible looking counter. I got people working on it. Rutin's working on it for me. So we have 8 firepower straight down the strip. Be +1 hindrance from the glider. 8 up 1. Let's go. Rate of fire 2 now, because now we're not in AA mode. Missed the rate of fire, but did roll a 6. That makes a 7 on the 8 chart, which is a 1 morale check. Let's see what happens. He did roll an 8, so he will break. They are not Supermen. Interesting. Oh. Let's go for the kill straight off. The encircled unit up top. Let's go for that kill. It's going to be a 4 up 1 base due to being encircled. Yeah, we're going to have to take our lumps. We actually might get a kill out of this. So, not likely, but I think it's our best shot. And we do have LMG for the potential rate of fire. 4 up 1. Oh, hello. Got a 4. And rate of fire. We're in the game. We are in the game, baby. All right, we got a 7 morale. Oh, that's jack shit. That ain't nothing. That's dead. That's killable. All right. A 6 and he survives. We roll a 7 and he's a goner. All right. All right. Look at that. All right. There's death. Death. And we'll just pause some bitches over here. And wow. All right. Didn't expect that to happen turn 1. But we got a demo charge laying out in the middle of the road. Not in the middle of the road, I guess. At the end of the field. So, any other prep fire? We got nothing up. We got a 6 up here. That is a hindrance there. We could take another shot. If we break these guys, we can move on them. We can move on these sons of bitches. All right, let's take that 6+1 adjacent. We do get a +1 across here. Let's take a 6+1. We can't. We're not firing at the stone building. That's just not a target. 6+1. Ooh, a 12. That is not good. All right, no effect there. So no, nothing to shoot. Nothing to shoot. The 1-3 is to shoot. Everyone else shot. This guy can fire. 2, 3, 4. That will be a 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll be a 4. 4 up 1. Gonna try and maximize our shots. Oh, we did get a rate of fire over here as well. So we're gonna fire that one again after this shot comes. 4 up 1 on the 9-1. We don't need to move him. We're stone building, so we don't need to move him. 4 up 1 is 7. It will be a no effect. And the rate of fire from the LMG. Let's fire down on the other 238, since that'll be point blank fire. That will be a 4+1 because of the encirclement. Remember, this glider here is not destroyed, so it's not considered a wreck. Oop, let me roll the Romanian dice. 4+1. Oh, snake eyes! But that will activate the German sniper. That will not get ready to fire because that will cower. And that will be a 3 on the 4 chart, which is a 2 morale check. Holy shit. All right. 2 morale check. This is huge. And we got a 4. So we're good for that. Sniper. German sniper. Damn, a snake eyes didn't get jack shit. All right. German sniper. What's going to happen? Nothing. Nothing. Wow. That's not bad. All right. So he did well. He's probably going to get annihilated, but he did well. I think he eliminated 1 unit. Almost got another one. Almost got another one. So in that case, that's where you want to roll a 3. Just get morale checks. You're really not going to kill anything with that. But hey, we didn't mouth the gun, and we'll see what happens. Actually, that makes a big difference. So prep. We've got 2 units to move. I think we jump behind the wall. Had a line of sight. He's active. We're not really gonna. Don't really have time to move. Can't really. I think we just hide behind a wall. Yeah, we just hide behind a wall. So we're going to assault move here. That way, well, it's going to be a +1 hindrance there. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. That will be no wall modifier. So we need to assault move back here. Let's see, the 9-2, who's he going to fire at? He could fire at anybody he wants, because if he first fires, he'll have the subsequent first fire shot or the defensive fire shot, final fire, right above him. So he doesn't need to fire on that unit. He could fire at another unit at distance. And I think we're going to fire at this son of a bitch, because that's an 8-1. Or these guys aren't going to occupy the woods initially, because, well, technically they could in N3. Yeah, I think they will. So we're not going to fire a 137. The other 137, where are you going to go? We're going to go, we're just going to assault move here. We're just going to get out of the way. Actually, it doesn't really matter. He's not going to take a fire. Jesus. He will fire one. We'll just do a fire. Let's move this guy. Bring him. We will fire this unit. 1, no modifiers on him. It's not going to make a difference. Moving back doesn't do anything. A 4 on the 1 chart is a normal morale check. Look at that. Holy smoke. And he does roll cheeses. He rolls a 10. All right, this changes it. All right, this guy still, I think we're still going to go back because we don't want to get annihilated. The other guys coming in can handle him. He still will assault move back here. We want to defend against the DC is what we're going to defend against. And, well, technically we already got that played. Yeah, we're good. We're good. The 2-2, 137. I think we're good. That's conservative, but we're going to do that. We got a guy here. He's not in the open. What we need to do now is, in case where Germans are going to be needing to be routed, we need to get our 137s into position where if we fire upon them, we can just essentially do an assault move and get close to them. So they really don't have many route paths. I don't really see an easy way of saving this little bastard. He's likely going to fire on the 2 point. This is only 1 point. The 9-1 will likely fire across the way, or the 2 points on the gliders. So we're just going to go, we're going to assault move here. That'll give us a +2 shot. I really don't think that's a high value target. So we're going to ignore it. Again, we've got lots of gliders that are worth 2 points that are easier to kill. 8 firepower will destroy them on a 6 or less and damage them on a 7. And we have a -1, so we're looking at a 7 for destruction. He's prepped. Let's move these guys on. We are going to move straight away. We're going to move 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And move the leader over there. Shrink him down a little bit. He looks a little plumpy. And he's going to move right here. And these are concealed. This guy's concealed here. So let me grab the concealment markers. All right, so we've got some concealments on these guys up here. No loss of concealment by moving with using non-assault movement in front of a broken unit. That's not going to be a problem. Actually, that guy, they would have lost line of sight over here. We're going to fire them. I don't think we're still going to fire on them. Actually, they could just move through here. We're just going to move through M3. We're going to fire other targets anyway. The concealment's going to be almost worthless anyway. But yeah, if they move here in N2, then that's a direct... no, it's not going to be a direct line of sight because he's at level 1 anyway. At level 2, he could see that. But he's at level 1, so he can't see anything. So no loss there. And that's it for the Romanians. German defensive fire. We're going to fire the 238 here, point blank. We're going to fire 4. Oh, yeah, that's what we do. We'll fire 4, no modifiers. I think I missed this last time. 7 will be a pin task check, so we'll take a pin task check. And he rolls a 4, no problem. We'll fire the... we're going to fire the LMG the opposite direction, and that will encircle the unit. Hopefully I'll clone the right one. Yep, he will be encircled as well because they're coming from 2 different directions. That'll be a 2 even shot. 9, no effect other than the encirclement. And then the 9-2 and the 5-4-8. Huh, 4. Need a 7 to damage a vehicle. 7 to damage, 6 to destroy. And we probably need the same thing up top. That's going to be an 8 + 1, 7 to morale check, 6 for yes. So instead of trying to break this unit up above me, because I really don't think that he's going to be able to break me at a 8 + 4, we're going to start shooting some gliders, and we're going to shoot them at maximum range. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually firing here, destroying that will allow these units to move through because that will then be a +1 TEM. We're going to shoot this one. We're going to shoot this one right here. That'll give the 9-1 over here maybe some help in moving this general direction. So that'll be a 4 -2. Roll the German dice. 8, 6 on the 4 chart is a miss. No effect on that. These guys here. Damn, we need to kill some units actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be a 4 + 2. That's not a good shot. Don't really care about this. If we break him, he can go that way. We need to break him in our turn. He might engage us in close combat there. So yeah, we're going to try to avoid the Romanians move to engage in close combat over here, and obtain +1 TEM from the wreck. So unfortunately, damn, I'd really like to fire the LMG at something. Let's see. Two chart. Yeah, we're gonna fire the LMG at this unit right here. We're gonna fire the 548 across the way. That's gonna be it's gonna be a 4, huh? Now we'll just fire 8. We need this unit broken. We're just gonna fire 8. Maybe we'll get ready to fire. Okay, 8 even because the glider is a hindrance. And the -1 leader. 8 even. Rolls a 10, no effect. So that's not good. All right. So he's fired. He's fired. He's fired. He's broken. He's fired, and then that's it. All right. Advanced fire. I don't think there is any. Nothing's going to be effective. Route phase. Prep here, prep here. Which move is over here? Route phase. This unit actually doesn't have to route. Does not have to route. Can't see these guys over here, but he will route right here. The reason why I'm going to route here is because if this unit advances up, then I can route back. Then I can use the night rules to route back in that general direction. So that might give me an option, a potential for this unit here to shred these units over here. We are not adjacent to that unit there, so he's not going to DM us. I don't think we can enter his location, though. We're not entering his location, but enter that hack. So we need to get rid of this guy next turn. This might be an error. But anyway, that's what we're going to do. This guy did not advance yet. That's it for the routes. Now we can advance. And, yeah, indeed, the 137 will have to make a move here. Not actually. Actually, the 137 is going to stay here. These guys can take shots over here. The 336, we're going to advance a 337, 347 this way. These guys, I guess they could have advanced fired. That was my bad. They should have advanced fire at 4. Let's take the advanced fire shot 4 up 1, or 4 up, yeah, 4 up 1. Yeah, I did forget it, but that was the whole plan, right? 12, no effect, so good thing. And the 336 here. The spray fire is something not to be trifled with. Let's move him over here. And maybe if this guy can get out, we could have a 6 firepower shot somewhere on this side. So you need to spread them out. I don't really want to move here because we don't really need a shot on this guy. And the only thing this 347 is doing here, actually, is really not doing a whole bunch, is he? That's just becoming a target. But I think we'll take it. I think we'll take a shot to prevent some freedom of movement on the Germans. Just a little bit. And then the advance here. Again, we can... we're going to advance here. This guy is going to... Damn. We might be able to get a 1-2 on those guys. I don't see anything happening. We're going to defend this craft here by getting behind this hedge. So we're going to advance here. There's no point in getting up here. We can't close because all of our reinforcements came on this side. We won't be able to close over here and actually perform anything because if we're 2 hexes away, it's not going to stop the German routes. Normally, in a normal game, I would put this guy back here and just sit him there and entrench him. Because then all these Germans here would have line of sight to him and can't route that direction. But in this game, because the scenario special rule says they could ignore anyone that's adjacent and act like it's night and just low crawl one direction in that general direction. So it really doesn't do anything to try and cut route paths for the most part. You can try to surround him, but this unit at this point in the game is not going to surround anybody. So that's kind of what we're looking at there. Matter of fact, at the end of this turn, let's see how many points both sides have accrued. He's advancing here. There's a safe position. There's not in line of sight to any German units except for maybe this one. And that's going to cross here. That's probably going to be out of line of sight. Yeah, we're going to check that line of sight at the end of the close combat phase. So it's route, advance. We could advance down. We could advance down there, but that would be doing the Germans' job for him. I want him to use his attack to fight at me instead of me going down and giving him a free kill. That's going to be a 3. That'll be a 2-to-1 -2. He has the ambush potential. That's not looking good. My life up here, even if it's a +1, shooting at stuff is far better than jumping that 9 -2 into close combat. We can just, he has to come get me, and I'll let him do that. Probably that will happen next turn. But again, only 5 turns. So, let's check that concealment. I think that's the line. The line concealment. Oops, my bad. I guess the undo button doesn't. Oh, there it goes. So let's move these guys out of the way a little bit. Nope, it's a 238, right? The 238 is what we need to move. Move him there, and move this guy in the back, down a little bit here. Drop that line of sight. And yep, doesn't cross that. It does have hindrances, but that is a clear line of sight. So I actually thought it was blocked. So whoop-de-doo. So that 238 actually is now serving a purpose up there. So it'd be nice to get concealment there, to be honest. That way he can occupy these locations here and get a six shot with this guy here. Again, 3, 4, 5, 6 firepower. So that's kind of what we're going to be looking at, is try and get these guys together. I probably, since I didn't actually realize that until now, this 347 and the LMG might have been dropping down here as well, because you actually might get a 12 firepower shot. If you got this guy here, and then like another 137 here, and then the 347 the light machine gun here, that's a 12 firepower shot at a range of 3. And pretty much everything's a range of 3. So maybe try to think about hooking that up in your game. This is kind of was first impression setup over here. So that looks good in that aspect. And that's probably what I would do in the future. Hook these guys up with a 347 and then go for that. Yeah. So let's tally at the beginning of German turn 2. And let's tally the points up here. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8. Damn. This is 9, 10. And this is 11, 12. 12-1. Right now the Germans are winning. Damn. That's a lot. That is a lot. So whether we can capture them, I don't know. I don't know. That would be interesting. 12-1's a lot on turn 1. And we've got another gun we can destroy. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. We have a melee over here. So we have the Romanians at 1-2. Oh, sorry. We have another advance. My bad. We got some other advance. So this guy's going to advance. He's going to advance out here. These guys already advanced, and he will advance out just to get out of the encirclement. I don't want to go here to be CX'd, so I want to go here to keep point blank, and he's not going to be CX'd at that point. So I just forgot him on the advancement. So we're going to have a melee here. Yep, melee there. Too much power on the rolls. Too much power. So we have an 8 for the Romanian, and we need a 2-1 for the German. Needs a 7 for CR. We're rolling 8. Wow, those guys just like to roll 8s over there. So that's good for the Romanians. Keep him occupied. Keep that demo charge out of the game. So that's a good thing. All right. Wind change dice roll for the Germans. 4, no effect. We have a self rally over here for the Germans. That is going to be a 3. And yeah, no terrain. So that's going to be a 3. 7, no effect. He loses the CX status. We have a self-rally for the Romanians, bottom left corner. 7, he rolls an 8. No effect there. That's it for the broken units, huh? All right, German turn, prep fire phase. We need him to be up. Maybe not. Yeah, I think it's time for this guy to die up here. We're going to engage him in close combat. So let's see if we can destroy some units on the interim. That's going to be a close line of sight down there. Shoot here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it'll be right there. That looks like it's a clear line of sight to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's not going to be much. It'll be a 4 even shot. This will be a 4 - 2. Should we just do the 8s on the gliders and just destroy the gliders? That's the plan. That's the plan. They need 7s. The 8 - 7 is -2. That's the plan. Let's stick with it. All right, we're going to shoot this glider here. Again, not to give any cover. If I blow this one up, that gives him cover, so that means he can move this way. Don't want to give him cover. Same thing here. Those are going to be the last ones destroyed. We want to destroy the ones away from him. Actually, we want to shoot this glider here. If it flames up, we might be in trouble. Nope. Actually, if it flames up, we'll be fine. All right, so we are going to blow this glider up here. That will be an 8 firepower -2. Because that will give it +2 smoke and a +1 TEM. So pretty much, I don't think they could DM the unit at that point. At least the one little 137 can. All right. Oh, damn it! Still fell out of my hand. These dice are really big. Gotta get used to them. Need a 9. Roll 7. That vehicle, that glider is destroyed. Turn 2 destructions. Clone this. Right there. Now we get a +1 TEM. Don't think they consider rally points, but +1 is +1. No rate of fire on the LMG. He is prep fired. Advanced fire tokens are actually, they're kind of pointless. But they actually look better in prep fire. So we've got 8 firepower here. That's going to be a +2 hindrance on that guy. Let's fire 4 even there. If this guy breaks, he's going to be out of the game longer. That increases our survivability. And then we can advance into close combat and finalize that bullshit going on over there. Because if we go assault move advance, now we're going to assault move advance phase. We're going to go get this. And that's what we're going to do. This guy will fire. He's going to fire on this glider right there. That's going to be an 8 -1. And we roll a 6. Makes it a 5 on the 8 chart. Again, no blazes. That's interesting. Okay. So those guys are destroyed. He's prep fired. He's not going to prep. He's going to assault move advance phase, gaining the hindrance from the glider there. Make it to the gun. Probably use the gun to destroy more gliders, and then destroy the gun by the end of the game. That's the kicker right there. We don't need to destroy this gun yet. Let's go use it, because that will triple this unit's firepower. And the captured gun counts double at the end of the game. But we'd be better off destroying it. If the pressure comes, and I think the pressure will be coming later. So prep fire. We don't have anybody left. This guy's done. He's done. That's it. We're going to go to movement phase. We're going to assault move here, and he'll take a shot. That'll be a 2. That'll take a 2-up-1 shot because the +1 hindrance. Oh, another snake eyes. Holy shit. 2-up-1. Cowers to a 1. That's a 1 morale check, people. That's a 1 morale check. Wow, that's impressive. And we roll 6. Wow, huge morale check there. We do have a sniper activation number out of that, but man, oh man, these snake eyes. So far, both snake eyes haven't done anything for the Romanians, guys. Rolled 2 snakes. Don't bitch about the dice. I rolled 2 snakes. One did nothing, and the other one also did nothing. The end result was doing nothing. So we got a pin, stun, and wound. So that looks like it's a 2. So let's go for direction extent. So this might, ooh, we might get lucky. Pin, stun, wound, 5 and 6. It's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the closest target will be over here. So this guy will get pinned. All right, not that does nothing there, but hey, we had a possibility of eliminating this leader in close combat, so that's pretty interesting. So he survives that. I'm not going to bother the first fire because he can't subsequent first fire on anything right there. So let's go with defensive fire phase. Let's go 1+1s. Holy smokes! All right, we got it. We got 1+1s from this unit here and this unit here on the half squad. 1+1s, we'll DM them, but we will essentially final fire both of these guys. Technically, we'll get the final fire. I don't really care too much. But we need 3s. Nothing else will do. Nothing else will do to try and kill it. A 9, no effect. And a 5, almost. I saw a 1 on the blue die. But a 5 was no effect as well. Those guys are done. We got an AA guy that needs to shoot something. All right, we're going to tear into this guy right here. That's going to be 8 firepower plus 2. Rate of fire 2. We have a 7 with a rate of fire. Plus 9. Pin task check. German 9 morale leader. Rolls a 7. 8 morale unit beneath him. Rolls a 7. No effect. Rate of fire. Tearing him again. AA guns opening up. We roll a 6. Another rate of fire. At 2 is an 8. We get some morale check. 9 morale leader. Rolls a 9. It's the pin. And a 6 on the unit beneath of him. So we need to pin. And we did get rate of fire. Alright. Alright. Keep it going. Let me reduce the pin a little bit more. 8 up 2 again. Yeah, 8 up 2. Rolls 6, 7, 8. Morale check. No rate of fire. Leader. Rolls a 3, which is the Romanian sniper, I believe. Where is he? There. No. Snake eyes. Oh, did I do that wrong? Is it snake eyes for both of them? Let me go check. Yeah, it's a 3 for the Romanian snipers. I got my ELR and my sniper rolls reversed on here. I'll have to correct that in just a minute. So 3. And let's activate that sniper. Or roll for activation. Okay, we got a 1. Stun, break, elimination, immobilize. This, wow. This is critical. This is really critical. 5 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got +1 here. It's going to come here. Oof. Oof da. All right. Who gets it? Black is leader. White is squad. White, the squad is broken, which is actually terrible. We could afford to lose the leader, but not the squad. And the leader's pinned. Holy crap. Yeah, see, at this point, when he routes, he'll have to use the night rules routing because he can't go this way, he can't go adjacent, and he can't go that way. So he'll have to use the night rules routing and just choose one of these random directions. It'll have to be over this way. Interesting. And the leader's pinned, so he won't be able to go with him, but he does self-rally. I think the leader's pinned. He's screwed. All right, looks bad. looks bad for those Germans over there. So, little sniper will do you fact. Let me fix this sniper counter right now. All right, so there we go. Swap that bad boy over. Took about 3 minutes. Probably not even that. So that is his final fire. No other guns going. We've got a unit here. No line of sight to anybody but the 238. 4, 5. Miles will take a 4 plus. Oh, he moved. He actually moved from up here. That will definitely be out of line of sight there. No fire from him. And then that's it. Going on to the advanced fire phase for the Germans. All right, let's do a one shot. The 238 will fire over here on the glider. That will be a 1 firepower. That's all she wrote. Gotta roll low. Even if we get another sniper attempt, it doesn't matter. We'll destroy. We'll get that more points for the destruction. Unlikely that the sniper will activate. Even a 2 a pin won't be a problem. He fired there. That's the only other fire we can have. Okay, let's do some routing and then advancing. All right, we're going to have to kill some guys now. German's going to have to take that upper level. Maybe take it early. So we're going to route. We are going to route on this glider now. This unit here is going to route the options. He could route to the gun. That sets, it doesn't matter to be a +1 either way. He will, if we route to the gun and move the 238 to the gun, this 37 has 1 target to shoot at, so we can't go there. He has to go here then. We're not going to move in the open here. 9-1 can't move. That pin is huge. I was going to throw those guys in close combat. That pin is huge. That makes a potential counterattack from this 347 going this way quite easily. Yeah, and we need to kill this guy up front. So that's the route there. That's the advance here. The 9-2 will advance into the second level. We're just going to flip this. So now we're both in the second level. And now he's no longer encircled because there's a path to the bottom. Put up here. All right, that guy will be dead in a second. So we do have an ambush roll. That's it for the advances. Ambush die roll here. We got a -2 to even. So it's the Germans. -2. German rolls a 4, takes it down to 2. Romanians roll a 1, so neither side is ambushed. The Germans have a 2 to 1 -2, which means a 9 for a CR. And we roll an 8. God, we've been rolling 8s the entire game. So that unit is eliminated. That does get the Romanian a possibility of a kill. 1 to 2. No modifiers. We can do it. 7 will not do it. So, this unit is eliminated. We score more points. And we'll get rid of that second level as well. The LMG falls to the ground. And now we're on second level. All right, now the game changes a little bit here. The 9-2 could only use his shots a couple ways. He's just going to sit there to the rest of the game, probably. We'll see what happens. All right. So let's go on to Romanian. Concealment gains will be none. Romanian turn 2. Man, there's a lot of game in this. 5 turns. Good Lord. All right, so how many points do we have now for the Romanians? We have 2, 6, 8, 10, 12. So we have 11. 2, 4, 6. So we have 18. We have 17 points. I need to get him down to 9. It means probably need to capture a couple guys. Oh, we got a melee over here. Almost forgot that. Yep, I heard you screaming. Okay, 2 to 1 with the German. 7 will be a CR. So the casual reduction We'll make it a 6 will eliminate him. 1 to 2. Let's get it back. Let's get it going the other way. Need a 4. Rolls a 6. Very close. So that gives us 1 more point over there. And that melee is gone, which helps a little bit. Of course, everything that's going to get blown up with a demo charge is gone, but that gives us some more firepower to defend. We're not completely defenseless now on that side. And now there's almost no... Well, there might be a point for the Romanians to attack. So we'll look into that. All right. Romanians. Let's go with the wind change dice roll. 9. No effect. We have some rallies for the Romanian. We need a 7 here. A 7 is good because the building and the self-rally capability or the self-rally penalty negate one another. The pin is removed. That's it for the Romanians. The Germans, we have self-rallies here and here. This pin is removed. I didn't know the sniper. Man, we actually had, what, 2 or 3 rolls for the sniper. 3 sniper rolls already. Holy shit. All right, we're going to roll a 4 here. We roll a 3. That is pretty stupid. Now I can start bitching about the dice rolls. 3 he rallies. Wow. That's huge. This guy needs to roll a self-rally. He needed a 3, I guess. This guy needs a... Damn, something low like a snake eyes, right? He's not in terrain. 11's not going to cut it. But the 3 was huge. 9-1 is vulnerable. If we kill the 9-1, well, it doesn't matter, right? Because these guys just self-rally. Let's go for a recovery weapon from the 238. We're going to recover that with a 4. It's still in AA mode. So, but we do recover that. We're going to recover the LMG in the 9-2's location. We're going to recover it with the 548. No problem. All right. So DM is gone here. No DM over here. No DM anywhere. All right. Romania turn 2. What's the battle plan here? We've got the AA gun firing. We do not have line of sight to the guy up top. It's going to be an 8+3. I think we're pretty safe from the shot coming back. 8+3 and it's 4 even. It's a very similar shot. I need a 5. He needs a 6. Very similar shots. That might be the shot to take. We're going to have a 8+3 here because he's a half squad, and so he could take the emplacement. A squad can't. We have an 8+2 here. We have an 8+2 here. So all the shots that the AA gun has are pretty much the same. If we take the 9-2 out, then we can rush him, and he'll be gone. He'll be gone if we take him out. So that is the highest priority target. These units here could then be used to move in and destroy this unit here. We could just surround that unit, force a shot, so our other units can get in closer. We can assault move, advance phase. We get a +1 terrain effect modifier here. So our concealment's going to be useful for that. We can assault move this guy over here, and then we can also op fire this unit. He's within the covered arc of this thing here, but I don't think that'll be too much of a problem. The hindrance is going to be the same thing as actually the TEM could be. Yeah, we're going to assault move. We're going to try and take that guy in close combat. Let's do it. So let's get this shit show on the road. 1, 2, 3. The conscript might be able to move up here, and he does have a line of sight to this guy here. So if he breaks there, he's just going to stay there. So that means we move the conscript into K3 and go this way. It doesn't look good though, because I don't think I could put pressure on the bottom. I don't think I could put pressure this way. there's no pressure coming here. 548's got not much to shoot at. He has a glider and the 37 and the 137 to shoot at. 227. I'd probably just use the 227 to kind of re-support the AA gun. It's really not going to do a lot in fire and combat, but the 347 is going to move up and start trying to deal some damage. And that way we can, this 137 will probably stay here. This 137 will probably come in this way. It doesn't matter which way he goes. 1, 2, 1, 2 for there. Probably maybe pick up the demo charge. Could that force a shot there? It could. It could possibly force a shot there. So something to look forward to. The units up top. What options do they have? Maybe assault move advance phase. That would encircle the 9-2. The 8-0 can do the same sort of thing. Although it would be dangerous because essentially this broken unit here, there's a block of where the units can move. So if he moves this way, the 9-2 just spray fires in those locations. So they'd have to come around the longer way, which then the AA gun could fire on them in that direction. Hindrance is sure, but they have the units to do that. So I think if they essentially assault the 9-2, just like the 9-2 assaulted them early in the game, I think they could achieve the same thing. Unfortunately, the 9-2 can circumvent the +1 for firing outside, and but the morale level might give the 37 a chance to do that. So that's kind of the major plan there, is to focus on the 9-2. Don't worry about the actually the 347 coming over here might be very good as well. Yeah, the 347 coming over here, but all they have to do is shoot. Yeah. 4, that's pretty rough. Yeah, the 347 is going to come over here and try and defend this. He needs an 8. It's a 7. So I think we're just going to move both here and take a shot over here. If we could break him, we could probably save this one here. And this one, yeah, because he can't be shot by this over here. So let's do that. I think is a critical point for the Romanians. They got some other guys coming on, but the 9-2 could pretty much see them from wherever they come on the map. So they might get shot as well. Actually, they can come on right behind the building over here. I think a 6+3 on the 9-2 is not going to do anything. So we're going to keep the 6 firepower over here. So let's fire the 37 on the 9-2. That's our highest priority. It's going to be an 8 up 3. We do get a 4 and rate of fire. Look at that. This gun's doing a really good job. 4, 5, 6 to 1 morale check on the 9-2. 11. We're not going to bother with ELR failure because they have an ELR 5. You need to have one hell of a roll to get an ELR 5. 5, 4, 8. This is huge. Was that a 1 check? Let me double check that. I think it was a 1 check. Yep. 6. 4, 5, 6, 7 on the 8. It's a 1 check. Yeah. Okay. We need a 7. 7 to pin. He rolls an 8. These guys are fucked. Wow. All right. That is going to be freaking huge. Huge. All right. Wow. The Germans got to pull this one out. Son of a bitch. All right. So we fired there. So let's follow. We're going to follow the shot up on the 548. We're going to blast this. Oh, you know what? Blast this. No. We're going to fire on the 238 because he's within closer proximity to the 548, and he has probably more. He has more firepower, so we need to break this guy. Although he's +2, it's to be +3 here. Same shot, 8 + 3 on the AA gun. Wow, let's go Romanians. You have the German by the balls. Now just need a snip. Oh shit! That went flying. Let's go. Let's go. That gun has gotten some serious rate of fires. All right. 8 up 3 on the run crew. A 4 is another rate of fire. 7, 1 morale check on those guys. Holy shit. All right, Germans, you're going to show up to battle. You got to show up now. All right, 3, that will activate the Romanian sniper. Holy shit. I didn't think it'd be this active. Let's go. That will be another 1. Holy crap. Where is that guy? Oh, shit. This is crazy. All right, we got a 3-1. Where's he going? 3-1. Well, that breaks him. I guess all you needed was a 3, huh? Son of a bitch. Can't do anything about that. Let's move him down a little bit. All right, 3-1. Can't do any anti-sniper fire. We still have rate of fire with the AA gun. Who do we shoot at next? This guy's DM'd up here. Sorry, my bad. My bad. We won't bother fire on this unit because these guys will come in and circle that son of a bitch. 548, I guess. Right? He's the nearest target. 8+1. Let's go. How about a 6, 7 on the 8, loss of rate? 7 on the 8, loss of rate. 1 morale check. Can any of these guys pass a morale check this turn? Oh, shit, I rolled that one out. Come on, come on. An 8, he may not. Good Lord. All right, Germans, if you want to have a chance to stay in the game, you better start rolling some serious dice when they come. When they come for you. We got nothing fire. We have 1, 2, 3, 8. That's good order with the demo charge. Holy shit. All right, well, let's go kick his ass. That's it for prep fire. We only need to fire 1 unit and kills all the Germans. Let's go do some major ass kicking. So we got nobody to fire on over here. The 2, 3, 8 range is going to be exorbitant. That'll be a +1, +2, +3. We could simply walk in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do it. 8-0. 3, 4, 7. All right, we're going to take our victory lap. We're going to go 1. See, that'll be hindrances as well. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, it doesn't really matter. We'll move the leader second. We'll move this guy first. We'll go 1. Same thing, +3. I think he's just screwed. We're not going to be able to save the 9-2. The 2, 3, 8 is going to save his fire to protect these units over here. I think that's why he just got to let him go. He's got 1 shot. He shoots here, then the 8-0 moves this way and goes up there anyway. It doesn't matter. So it's a 1, 2, 3, and level 1, which is right here. All right. 4 of those guys will just simply surrender. All right. That's gone. That means we can move on the 2, 3, 8. Let's see. What else are we going to do? We're going to kill this guy here as well and make him surrender. We'll go 1, 2, 3. Pick up the demo charge for 1. Got it. With a 5. This guy will just assault move here. Now he could actually fire on that unit there, but he still has to route, even if he does break. And that's going to be a hindrance, be a 1 even hindrance. It's not going to make a difference on that shot either. So I think he's doomed. All right. 227. Can we not? This guy has to fire this direction here. So it's assault move here. So he either throws the demo charge or fires. do anything there. 1, 2, 3. He jumps them in close combat. 2. He just CXs there. 2, 3, 4. Shit, I'm not sure we can do anything. So these guys have moved here. It's just these guys on this left-hand side. And we got a 3, 3, 6 up here. All right, the 3, 3, 6 will simply assault move here. Just for whatever. These guys will also... The other 3, 3, 6 will also assault move here. I don't think we really need to worry about anything. These guys are over here. 3, 4. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Lose concealment. And we'll probably go 5. God, leaders' lot names are just ugly. So what else can we do? What else can we do? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yeah, we could try and kill this guy here as well. So, yeah, we need to move here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We go 1, factory. 2, out of line of sight. 3, 4. Oh, no, we need to kill this guy. We're going to go 1, 2, 3.5. And we're going to fire the 238 at this unit here. And that way, I'm going to say it doesn't hit that. I really don't think it hits the grain. There's an excellent chance it does not hit the grain. Yep, I see a little bit on that side right here. That's pretty close. That's pretty done. Nope. Hold on. Let me check that again. That's about all closer I'm going to get to it. So, yeah, it looks like there's a little yellow right there. Or maybe that's just part. That's probably part of the line. The line looks like it has some yellow on the outside. All right. I don't know. That's a dice roll. I got to roll anyway. That's going to be a 2 shot. Roll 10, doesn't matter. And he cowers. So he's final fired. And then this unit will double time. He'll go 1, 3, 1, 3, 4.5, 6. Where's my CX? Seriously? No CX? Here it is. Final protective fire. Does that serve a purpose? No, I'll let the 347 jump me in close combat. Therefore, I might have potential for another kill. And these counters look a little off. Looks a little off. Okay. So that's a bummer. That's a bummer so far. All right, defensive fire, none. Advanced fire. Let's take a 1, 3. We don't really need any. Let's take a 3, 4. No, it's a 4+1 shot. We're just going to jump into close combat and then call it good. That's a 3, 4, 4+1. Yeah, we'll take a 4+1 shot. These two guys will fire on our last victim. 4+1. A 10, no effect. Yeah, that's it for that. This guy can actually route, so we'll take a shot at him. We're going to do a 4+2 on the adjacent unit here. 6 cower, double cower, or single cower, no effect there. And that's it. This guy will just be eliminated. And same thing as here. He'll surrender, though. All right. All right. Okay, that's it for that. So, route phase. We have surrenders. We have Prisonahia. We'll take, he'll take it. This guy will take a full squad. Oh, is it locked? Yeah, my bad. He'll take the full squad, and we'll just leave the leader broken. We'll just make them really small. And then get rid of the DM. Weapons stay on top. These units over here are now prisoners. I'm going to put them over here. The DM's gone here. We'll just advance here. He'll get this guy will over here will surrender as well. Drop the support weapon. Surrender to the 237. We need to clone this. Wow. We still might have enough points to win though. Maybe. Final fire. This guy can route. He can route this way using the night rule. Oh, where are we going? Actually, we could route this way because we can't see this guy. We route there on top of our leader because we're going to rally back and win this game. And yep, this is still on second level. All right, advance. Let's throw the 137 in there. And let's go here and here and here. And he's going to go down because he's just going to move off the board. And these guys could advance. He's going to advance this direction, and he's going to advance into the stone location. Actually, he's going to advance down here. Just in case the sniper activates, he'll be in the area around to essentially defend this unit from a sniper. That's really stretching it here in this game. Considering you need to roll snake eyes to the sniper, and it needs to roll like a 6 to get over there. Not really concerned about it. There's like a 0.000326% chance of that actually happening. All right, and so no ambush here. That's not a concealment terrain thing, so that's like a free roll. This is a free roll, pretty much. No ambush here either. So let's do it. Let's see what happens. So we'll do the 3-2 first. That means we need a 6 for the Romanian for a kill. We roll a 7. At least we're semi-consistent. On the back side is a 1-2 for the German. That will need a 4. As long as the dice stay in there. We need a 4 for casual direction. And we roll 7. And then here, the 137 is going to attack. Actually, we could capture that. Do we want to? No, we'll capture the 9-2. We'll eliminate this unit here. It's a +1 for CX, -2 for broken unit. So that's a 1, -1. And he is a 2 defense. So 1-2 -1. So it's a 5. It's not bad. And he rolls a snake eyes. All right, let's see what happens. Oh, and the scenario special rule, does it have something based on the scenario special rule? Hold on a sec. I don't see anything in the Romanian scenario special rule for that. So a snake eyes will capture him. So he turns into a this guy over here. Flip him. That 238 is dead. These guys are captured. Let me flip these guys over here. All those guys are captured. So let's look for the, I think it's leader creation, right? No, Nope. Heated battle, and nope, not in that. Leader creation. Die roll follows an original Snake Eyes on the first multi-man counter or any multi-man counter close combat dice roll. And I don't think we can refuse the leader creation. I thought we could. No, close combat, you can refuse. You can't refuse it in close combat, but you can refuse leader creation in the rally phase, which in a game like this, you might want to refuse the leader creation in the rally phase, and you can tell me why in the comments. So anyway, we are Romanian. We are base unit, nothing there, nothing there. Italian, GMD, Chinese. Base unit was broken. Base unit Merle 6. No, 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 no. 1 to 2. We have a per column of less than 1 to 1, so it's a -1. Let me check their nationality characteristics. I see nothing on here saying the Romanians have any modifiers. No modifiers. They do have modifiers if they are heat of battle. So nothing here. So 1 die roll. Interestingly enough, the Romanians do have Panzerfausts in this scenario. You have to look up in the leaders, the distinction of the leaders, the nationality distinction of leaders. I'm an idiot, but they do have Panzerfaust, I believe, in 44. So let's see what type of leader we get. A 6, I think we'd kill ourselves with a 6. Actually, it's a -1. So it's a 5. 7-0. Hey, it's the one that got killed earlier, right? I'll have to clone him. It's clone you, baby. Clone. And just move you over here. I'm gonna make you gotta lose some weight here. 7-0. Gotta lose some weight, baby. Burp. All right. He does share the same condition as the 137. And we do have a captured unit. The 7-0 will take the prisoners captured. We'll capture the prisoners. Uh, 9 -1 will then get to attack at a 1 to 1 -1. Doesn't really matter. They both have the same firepower. We're going to kill the half squad, though. We're going to kill the half squad. Yep. Kill the half squad. Ooh. Oh. 1 to 1 -1. I rolled a 3. That will eliminate the half squad. Nice. We do have a 7-0 though, so that will give us that will at least give us 1 more point. And that will leave leader to leader. This is going to get pretty nasty. Now that is a melee. All right. All right. Let's see. This is the 3 to 2. I think we rolled our 7s. That one's a melee as well. We did that one first. All right. I don't really see what's going on here. Let's say, There's not much they can do. Honestly, really not much they can do. But let's check. Let's see what happens for the Germans. I'm not sure that the Romanians have a lot of defensive fire. Wind change dice roll is a 4. We got no rallies for the Germans because he got eliminated. And we're both in melee. The Germans have actually nothing to do this turn. So let's go with the Romanian defensive fire phase. Should we just fire into the melee with our 8 machine, with our 8 firepower? I don't really see a problem in doing that. Because these guys are going to fight anyway. So we might as well try and do that. And if we do that, we could possibly shred the prisoners. So we're going to do that. We're going to fire 37 into that melee. just in case these guys get out, and so those prisoners essentially, you know, whatever. So shred them. We're gonna shred them. It's gonna be an 8+2 into the melee. And we roll a 7, a 9 into the melee is a pin task check for both sides. My 7-0 is a god and rolled a 3. And the 9 minus 1 rolls an 8. So they're unaffected by the giant AA fire that's pummeling them. Other prep fire, let's this guy, it doesn't really have any firepower. Let's fire an 8+1 into it, 347, firing point blank. 7 rolls, and that means it turns into an 8. 9 morale unit. He's pretty good. Rolls an 8. He's good. And the pin was not going to affect this one from last turn. 7 morale unit. Rolls a 5, and then the prisoners roll 7. The prisoners are eliminated, so they won't count double. So I'm just going to move half squad over to the kill pile over here. All right. So he prep fired. We have the advantage in there, so I'm just going to chill. We might throw a demo charge on them, though. Blow them to living shit. 1, 2, 3. This unit here is just going to move off the board. I think every single board edge is friendly. 1, 2, 3, and move off. So I'm going to put them on this side. As escapees. This guy will do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, move off. So we'll just stack them up over there. Count the bodies later. Oh, and this is German turn 3, not even Romanian turn 3. So demo charge boy. We're just gonna assault move in here, and these guys are going to us. None of them are good order, so we could just move without losing concealment. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. Just go 1, 2. And that's about it. This crew will move here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take the prisoner with him. And that's about it. Advanced fire. I don't think we're going to do any advanced fire. Route phase, none. Advanced phase. Let's just move these guys in here. These guys are going to move in here. Flip this. And then that's it. So we have a 3-1 here. Actually, the 8-0 won't bother to go in. The 8-0 will come this way. 3-1 here. There's no point in the 8-0 being there. 7 will eliminate that unit, and so that unit then they'll still do a 1-2. 4 will get that'll be a casual reduction. So it's a casual reduction there. 2, 3, 8. Did not roll a 1. Yeah, I did roll a 1. Let's see if it gets destroyed. Let's see. 3-1. 3-1 is automatic DC destruction. All right, so 2, 3, 8 goes over here. These guys are here. No more melee. All right, we got a 85-1 over here. The CX unit is going to attempt to withdraw. -2, +2. Well, he's going to lose it anyway. It doesn't really matter. Is there a 7-1? There isn't a 7-1. He might as well just attempt to withdraw. He'll take the CX with him. Can't withdraw that direction. He'll attempt to withdraw that direction. And these guys will attack in close combat. 2 covering units makes it a +2 versus the -2 withdrawing. So essentially it'd be the same. Actually, this guy could capture one of these little bastards. He's going to kill the leader. That's a 1-to-1 -1 from the CX statics. 6 -1 is a 5. That will be a CR. And then this will be a 6-to-1 against the German leader. A 9. Does that get him? Yeah, it kills the German leader. CR for the 7-0. 6 will kill him. So he does get killed on the withdrawal. So he is on the death side. 9 -1 is on the death side. And that's all the German units. So that's game, folks. We just got to count up the points. We'll see what happens. God, that was disastrous, that 37 firing up in that thing. Broke those units, and then all hell broke loose. All right, let's check it out. Let's see what we got going on here. These are death, 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 and death. So, and these are captured. These guys are not dead. So they don't count against them, though, because they left with prisoners. So we're just going to put those guys over there. These guys will count for the Romanians. So they're going to count here. So German numbers. Romanian numbers are going to be 1, 2, 3. Do we have a counter? Let's see. 3. This guy will be 6 points because he's a 9 -2, right? That guy and this guy will be another 6. So we've got 12, 13, 14, 15 points. And the 9 -1 was eliminated. 17 points. Holy shit. Let's see, I guess I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I didn't have a chance to get the other one, huh? All right, so let's count these guys up. Oh, there's another prisoner on here, so he counts as well. I think the Germans got like 0. So let's count 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 22 points. So we've got, we need 9, right? So that means we need 13. 14 points. We need 14 points. No, 13 points. No, 14 points to win. 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 16 points right here. That's all they need. Close. All right, close. We got 1, 2, 3, 5. But let's say if we didn't have this one here, we still need 16. So that's 6, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That would have been close. So simply because all of us broke and all of us were taken captured, especially a 9 -2, that was enough to be the difference in this one here. So it's going to be a win for the Romanians. Again, if we destroy 2 more gliders, that 3 more gliders, the gun and these 3 gliders is almost GG. They could almost make up the entirety of their OB by being eliminated or even captured. I mean, literally half their OB got captured. And the Romanians still won by a slight margin. Again, everything had to fall into place, and it did. But that's what we do when we play the games, right? So, very short game, very interesting game. I just slapped them down, see what the strategies kind of unfolded as the game went on. The 447s never came on. They never came on the map. So take it for what it's worth. I think it's definitely a come over for 3 hours and we'll drink some beers and roll some dice for 2 or 3 turns and see what happens. Obviously, you could set up differently, put all the AA guns together and stuff like that. You could do a hold number. You could drop the Germans over here, and they could hole up in the stone buildings, which might not be such a bad idea. I mean, I had a really good chance here with no cover. So what chance will the Germans have if you drop him in L7 and he could fire on everything by being in a stone building? You know, so I think if the Germans just jump into the stone buildings, essentially it's just dice rolling at that point. The demo chargers will blow up gliders. It's just they will just eliminate the gliders on anything but a 12. So you're getting 2 points per demo charge. I didn't get 2 off. So so there's that. And again, the 9-2 shots, he never had any chance. As soon as he got up there, our 37 millimeter took him out. If he was up there for a turn, he'd be able to shred all these guys coming along. So these guys coming on aren't really going to do a lot. So very interesting game. Play it. Let me know how you guys won your games. If you log them on Vasl, upload them to ASL Scenario Archive and the ASL Academy site, Neil's site as well. They will probably be featuring both these this scenario, not both these scenarios, but this stuff on their front pages. So good to have. I know Neil will, because it's something that he's going to do as well. I'm really looking forward to seeing what Neil does and Scott in their game, to see how it turns out. I'm thinking that the Germans are going to annihilate shit in their game. But again, 8+3, you roll a couple 10s. Shit happens. You don't have enough units to really worry about it. Some people will not like it due to that fact. But this is a raid. It's not a giant offensive. It's a simple raid. You know, one guy trips and shoots up a flare or some shit like that, or drops his weapon and goes off. Everyone becomes alerted. I think the Germans were handily in control of this one here. Even with a couple of their units breaking on the right-hand side. With that, I mean, because they could route via using a night rule, so they weren't dying from failure to route. Just when they lost coverage fire, and that was big. That was big. We lost the AA gun, 9-2, 548, and the other 548 LMG in the same fire phase by the same unit. So little stuff does happen. Stay in the fight, people, and we'll see what happens. Again, if that 237 eliminated him in close combat, that's another 2 points. Let's say the 9-1, the 9-1 got a point for him, and that's it. We never lost any close combats. So that's another 3 points. So that takes away like this and like that guy. So 6, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16. That's very close. So couple close rolls makes it even closer game, even though all the Germans were eliminated in this game. So fun. Get your games going, post them up online, and we'll go for something like that. What I will probably do is I'll probably have some sort of drawing or something like that in terms of getting this game going, and yeah, maybe we could do that. Let's say, let's just say this. You guys play this on Vasl, or however, face-to-face, but the face-to-face, you got to record it. I want recordings. I don't want to say, all right, I played it 10 times. So what I'll do is, let's say at least 10 different logs, 10 plus different logs to qualify for a giveaway, and then I'll give you guys a let's say a $25 gift certificate. It'll be a random draw amongst all the players involved. So 1 entry per player. So if you play it 5 times, that doesn't work that way. We'll just do a 1 entry per player. I need to see the logs, and they need to be like, you know, I need to see the logs. And then if you want to do it live, record it on your phone, upload it to like Discord. It'd probably be too big for Discord. Have your buddy send it to Neil, and then or maybe if he wants it, ask Neil if he wants it. If not, find a venue. I don't have Facebook, so don't do it on Facebook. I'm not sure Discord's like 8 megabytes, so it's not really not much. So anyway, don't play face to face. Play it on Vasl, even if you are playing face to face. Record the things and then record it in Vasl with you and your buddy logged in, right? And so use your real names when you're on Vasl. Change your name to your real name. That way you don't play a bunch of solo games and so on and so forth. Use your real names in Vasl. That way I know who you are. That way I can issue the, what was it, 20? How about $20? $20 gift certificate for wherever you may shop. Whether you shop at Second Chance Games, Ritter Krieg, Battle School, MMP, doesn't matter to me. But we'll do a random draw. 10 games. I just want to see the variance of going on, see the excitement going on. This one here, again, quick and dirty, and go for that. 1 entry per player. All right? Now, you need to go and play some ASL. Good night.